It was a big night in Center City for the premiere of a new documentary on the murder of Philadelphia police officer Daniel Faulkner. Tonight was the premiere of The Barrel of a Gun. We've been talking about this documentary for quite some time now. A number of supporters of the film came out for the premiere, including Officer Faulkner's widow. Director Tigray Hill says he hopes his film will put to rest all the myths about the murder.
I just hope this will really give people an insight into what actually happened that night, instead of all the other films and books that have said that he's innocent. He's not innocent, he's guilty.
That movie is not the only film currently hitting theaters on the murder of Officer Daniel Faulkner. On the left, you have Justice on Trial. On the right is The Barrel of a Gun. Justice on Trial is a documentary focused on the legal side of the Mumia trial. A screening of that film was held this afternoon at the National Constitution Center. I want to bring in District Attorney Seth Williams, who is one in a series of people interviewed for the documentary Barrel of a Gun. Good to see you, District Attorney.
Good evening, Thomas. How are you?
I'm doing well. Why did you feel it was so important for you to add your name to the film?
Well, I'm a lifelong resident of Philadelphia, and I care about justice. I think Tigray Hill did an outstanding job telling the story of the murder of a hero, Officer Daniel Faulkner. The murder of Officer Faulkner isn't a whodunit. Mumia Abu-Jamal shot and killed Officer Daniel Faulkner in December of 1981, and he was found guilty of that. Many people, the further away you get from Philadelphia, have differing opinions, but Mumia Abu-Jamal shot and killed Officer Faulkner. He was convicted, and he should pay the penalty.
I'm curious, did Barrel of a Gun challenge your thoughts in any way about this case?
No, I took it upon myself not just to read the leaflets handed out by people on the street. I actually went to the Post-Conviction Relief Act hearings in the mid-90s. As a young assistant district attorney, I know the outstanding work done by Hugh Burns, the chief of the appeals unit, to uphold a conviction fought by Mr. McGill, the prosecutor that handled the case. So I understood the facts. There were 4 eyewitnesses that saw what happened that night. Mumia Abu-Jamal was shot by Officer Faulkner as a result of being shot and him turning around and then shooting Mumia Abu-Jamal. It's not a whodunit. We know who did it. Mumia Abu-Jamal did it and was convicted of such. And
here we are 30 years later, and there's still such a fascination about this case. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that is because reasonable people can differ on the effectiveness of the death penalty, but also it was turned into a big class of racism that Mumia was taking on the MOVE defense. And I would say to those people, yes, racism exists and has been in our criminal justice system from the beginning. Our system isn't perfect, but this isn't the case. He did it. There are plenty of other cases where you could fly the flag of racism in our criminal justice system and you might have merit, but this isn't that case.
You know, the director Tigray Hill brought up a very good point here. No one knows exactly what happened that night between Officer Faulkner and Abu-Jamal. How do you tell the truth?
You tell the truth as a result of the evidence, the direct evidence, the circumstantial evidence, the witnesses that testified. There are very few cases with as much evidence, conclusive evidence, that Mumia Abu-Jamal was correctly convicted of the first-degree homicide of the police officer, as this case.
What do you make of the opposing film?
We have the First Amendment right, and people have the absolute right to tell their side and to do whatever. I just want Philadelphians to find out the facts and not be misled.
Still a very divisive case. District Attorney Seth Williams, good to see you.
Have a great night.
You too.